Red Corner Boxing. We're in the game.
Yes, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's Red Corner Boxing's League prediction, X-League time, 9:30. And this is where I read out the scores from last week and the predictions for Fight Week 2. Now, let's go to the scores from last week. But before we do that, we are sponsored by EasyStorage.com and Boxing Fight Zone. Proud partners here at Red Corner Boxing. Check the links out in the bio. We thank them. Now, there you go. X Prediction League. And was the winner of Fight Week 1 with 152 points. He takes the top spot. Spit Bucket Podcast, strong favourites to push for title contenders this year with 149. Max Calendrillo, he's a good start along with Jabbit Boxing, my Gaelic Welshman friend. Lee Mack from the northwest of England, 134 points with our very own Sweet Pugilism. Graham Walker, new starter, 132. And Breaking Bad Boxing, a couple of gambles last week didn't pay off. He is born with the league with 122 points, but he will no doubt be wanting to make up for that. Now, as we come to these 14 fights, one was actually cancelled, Ramirez and Lerone Richards. So we have the 14 fights. We're going to start off with Arsenal versus Ramos. There it is. We got Belarus versus Spain, 11-0, Arsenal versus 18-3-1 Ramos, 29-30, Orthodox versus Southpaw. And let's get straight to it. The league leader he's gone unanimous decision for Arsenal. Spit Bucket Podcast has gone for unanimous decision, Arsenal. Max Calendrillo, we will be catching up with him a little bit later, still waiting on his predictions. He's gone until 10 o'clock tonight. We'll get them. Okay. Jabbit Boxing is gone for knockout in round 3 for Arsenal. Lee Mack has gone for Ramos by unanimous decision. Sweet Pugilism has gone for unanimous decision for Arsenal. As does, Graham Walker has gone for majority decision for Arsenal. And Breaking Bad Boxing has gambled on a knockout round 3, along with Jabbit Boxing. Moving on to the second fight. Unal versus Zogac. This is Turkey versus Kosovo. Light heavyweight over 10 rounds. Unal has got 14-0 against the 17-0 Zogac, 33-32. Unal's a heavy favourite here. It has been in League 1 and League 2, so getting to this league, knockout round 7, Unal says the league leader. Knockout round 6 says Spit Bucket Podcast. Jabbit Boxing says a knockout round 1. Knockout round 2 says Lee Mack. Sweet Pugilism, knockout round 6. Knockout round 2 for Graham Walker for Unal. And Breaking Bad, knockout round 3, all in favour of the top, Unal. Moving on to the next fight, and it's Chabot versus Banano. This is an old Canadian affair. Featherweight over 10 rounds, 11-1-0 Chabot versus Dominic Babano, 13-2-1. 26-34, the young man being a southpaw. Now, we can go to he's got a unanimous decision for Chabot. Spit Bucket agrees with him, unanimous decision. Jabbit Boxing has gone for the knockout in round 8 for Chabot. Lee Mack has gone unanimous decision, Chabot. Sweet Pugilism has agreed with Jabbit, knockout round 8. Graham Walker, round 3 for Chabot. And Breaking Bad, unanimous decision, Chabot. Pretty one-sided affair so far for all 3 fights. Listen, I'm going to have to make it a wee bit harder next week. Because we go to the next fight, Vadim Krush versus Dominic Prochal, Ukraine versus Czech Republic, 6-0-1 for Krush, 3-1-0 for Prochal, 24 and 22 years of age, respectively. League leader says knockout round 3 was for Krush. Knockout round 7 says the Spit Bucket Podcast. Jabbit Boxing says knockout round 2. Lee Mack says split decision, Prochal. Sweet Pugilism, unanimous decision for Krush. Graham Walker says knockout round 7 for Krush. And Breaking Bad, knockout round 2. Good fight that would something like to be. Right, moving on to the unfortunately named Seaman Moroz. He's fighting Daniel Florian, light heavyweight, over 6 rounds. So 9-3 Moroz versus 3-0 Florian. Right. Says unanimous decision for Moroz. Spit Bucket Podcast says knockout round 8, Moroz. We have Jabby Boxing says knockout round 1, Florian. Oof. Difference of opinion. Lee Mack says unanimous decision, Moroz. Sweet Pugilism, unanimous decision, Florian. Graham Walker says Florian will knock him out in round 2. And Breaking Bad says Moroz will win by unanimous decision. Another fight where they just can't agree with each other. It's 50-50. That's the type of fights we like on Red Corner Boxing's Prediction League. Moving on. We have Christian Medina versus Adrian Curiel. It's for WBO belt, I do believe. Bantamweight, 12 rounds, 26-4-0 Medina, 26-6-1 for Adrian Curiel. Orthodox Medina, good record, 25. Let's go straight to Wars, who says knockout round 4, Medina. Split Bucket Podcast says split decision, Medina. Jabby Boxing says knockout round 9, Medina. Lee Mack says unanimous decision. Sweet Pugilism says unanimous decision, both for Medina. Graham Walker says majority decision, Medina. And Breaking Bad says knockout round 7 for Medina. Adrian Curiel, no love at all in Prediction League X. Moving on. This is get his name up there. That's it. Abraham Cordero versus Eduardo Martinez. Martinez, so good he named himself twice. Super lightweight affair over 10 rounds. 16-6-2 Cordero against 16-2-0 Martinez. 31-25 Orthodox versus Southpaw. This is another tricky fight. And according to was unanimous decision for Martinez. Knockout round 5. Cordero, Spit Bucket. Oh, could be a new leader next week. Jabby Boxing says knockout round 4, Cordero. This is where it gets interesting. Lee Mack says draw. Incredible. Sweet Pugilism, unanimous decision, Martinez. Graham Walker, knockout round 4, Martinez. And knockout round 3 says Breaking Bad, Cordero. Another fight where they can't agree. I love it. Moving on, it's the big fight of the weekend. Mr. Neutral will be there for Red Corner Boxing and the Boxing Bros in Liverpool for Nick Ball versus Brandon Figueroa for the WBA featherweight belt. And there you go, 23-0-1 Nick Ball. The Wrecking Ball is unbeaten, 26-2-1 Brandon Figueroa. Yeah, he's up against it in Britain. Let's see. Knockout round 10 says was for Nick Ball. He believes in that big KO. Split decision says Spit Bucket Podcast for Nick Ball. Jabby Boxing says unanimous decision, Nick Ball. We have knockout round 9 for Lee Mack, Nick Ball. Unanimous decision, Sweet Pugilism, Nick Ball. Knockout round 10, Nick Ball for Graham Walker. And unanimous decision, Nick Ball for Breaking Bad Boxing. So Nick Ball across the board, all 3 leagues, nobody has gone for Figueroa. Incredible. That's how much we believe in it. Right, Andrew Kane versus Alejandro Gonzalez. Bantamweight affair over 12 rounds, 14-1-0 Andrew Kane. Won his last 4 fights since his defeat. 19-6-3 Gonzalez. 5 win-run streak. Obviously doing very well there. Right. Knockout round 6. Andrew Kane says was. Unanimous decision. Andrew Kane says Spit Bucket Podcast. Knockout round 6 says Jabby Boxing for Andrew Kane. Knockout round 8. Andrew Kane for Lee Mack. Unanimous decision. Sweet Pugilism for Kane. Knockout round 8 for for Graham Walker. Andrew Kane. But look at this. Gonzalez split decision says Breaking Bad Boxing. Great stuff. Hope it doesn't actually, because I've gone for Andrew Kane in League 2. Moving on. Another Scouser, and it's young Jack Turner versus Juan Carlos Martinez Rubino of Nicaragua. Super flyweight affair over 10 rounds, 13-0. Jack Turner's up against a 10-3-1 Nicaraguan, 24-26 respectively. Let's go down to Wars. Knockout round 3 for Turner. Knockout round 6, split bucket, Turner. Knockout round 4, jamming boxing, Turner. Unanimous decision, Lee Mack. Knockout round 7 for sweet pugilism, Turner. All for Turner so far. Knockout round 4, says Graham Walker. And knockout round 4, both for Jack Turner. Great stuff. Moving on, another Scouser, Brad Strand. He is up against Ruben Gonzalez. Brad Strand is 13-2-0. He's 28 now. He's up against a 20-year-old, 12-6-0. Ruben Lizama Gonzalez. He is a late replacement, as you can see by his rank. So, should be a fairly straightforward predictions here. Wallace, unanimous decision, Strand. Spit bucket, unanimous decision, Strand. Same with jabbing boxing. Split decision for Strand, says Lee Mack. Unanimous decision, says sweet pugilism. Majority decision, says Graham Walker. And unanimous decision, says Breaking Bad Boxing. All for Brad Strand. No love for Gonzalez. Moving on to the last 3 fights, all from Japan. 2 of them are for belts, Asian Pacific Gold and a Japanese box commission belt, which is this one, Shori Ametsu versus Fumiya Fuzi. Bantamweight affair over 10 rounds, 13-1 2. Ametsu versus 17-4-0. They're both 27-1s and orthodox ones as southpaw. Right, starting off with was knockout round 6, he says, for Nishia. Spit Bucket says it's going to be a harder one, unanimous decision. Knockout round 7 for jamming boxing for Nishia. We got a knockout in round 5, says Lee Mack, for Nishia. Unanimous decision for sweet pugilism this year. Majority decision for Graham Walker. And knockout round 4 for Nishia for Breaking Bad. And that's it. That is it for fight week 2 of the XLeague, as we say. Do you know what? We've missed a fight. I knew it was ugly. I knew it. Jams, give me Murata versus Santissima. I knew it. Put it up. Because we didn't get the prediction. There it is. We're going to get them right now. There it is. Subaru Murata versus Gabriel Santissima. This is for the WBO Asia Pacific Super Bantamweight title. 10 rounds. 10-0 Murata versus 9-1-1 Santissima. Now was, he says, knockout round 8 Murata. We have Spit Bucket says knockout round, unanimous decision Murata. We got knockout round 6 for jamming boxing Murata. We have draw for Lee Mack. We have knockout round 10 for sweet pugilism Murata. Knockout round 8 for Graham Walker Murata. And split decision Murata for Breaking Bad Boxing. Now that we've got all 14 fights covered, that's it. We wish the boys all the luck there. We've done the last one there, Jams. Thanks very much. Yeah, that's all 14 fights. Remember, if you're playing along yourselves there on Red Corner, jot your scores down, keep a running total through the season. And come the end of the season, you beat these guys. Give us a call. Drop us a line on X, in the comments. You want to join XLeague next season. Very, very welcome. More places up for grabs. Thank you very much for who joined us in the chat. We got Warren Bradley there. Nice one, Mr. N. He says, thank you very much to you, sir, for joining us. And if you are joining us for the first time here at Red Corner Boxing, please give us a like and subscribe to the channel post so we can give you more content just like this. And hit that notification bell. That's where you'll see us Monday to Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It goes on and on. But join us next week. That's this week done. Fight week 2. Fight week 3 will be next week, though the boys will continue their adventure and their conquest contention for Red Corner's Prediction League. Bells galore, cash prizes, there's merchandise. We've given it all away here. So if you want to join in, remember, come along. We will be there. Now, we'll see you next time. But before that, this show is sponsored by EasyStorage.com and, of course, Boxing Fights on our proud partners here at Red Corner Boxing. Check them links out in the bio. Take care. See you next time.
I'm moving. I'm going. I can't stop. I got motion. I'm moving. I'm going. Can't lose focus. I got motion. I'm moving. I'm going.
Red Corner Boxing. We're in the